All right, guys. So today is a very special day. Today is the last day of 2024. It's New Year's Eve. But by the time you guys receive this, it will be the new year 2025. And before we just get into our episode for today, we'd like to say welcome back to another episode of
What Anna Said podcast.
Yeah, so woo, last day of the year, just sitting here to reflect, take in, and what we're looking forward to the new year. So I know with this year, we just looking back, sitting. I remember yesterday I was thinking like starting from January, February. You know how you see the like they have like what do you call it where it's like
A glimpse.
yeah, a glimpse into your year, and people post one clip from each month. And I was just thinking, like, wow, just all the things that we have done throughout this year as, sisters in our podcast, but at the same time as individuals in our own families and our own journey
Yeah.
is just, wow, into the abyss. So one more time to scream into the abyss, but, Hakuna Matats. So, but yeah, so we're here today just to share a little bit. What about you guys? What are you guys, looking back at this year, just anything that you want to share, growth, insight, whatever it is.
No. 2024 was rough. 2024 is crazy because I know that at the end of last year, I was saying that year was rough.
Yeah.
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 With Sienna. But I feel like this
That's
one was
right.
like a different type of rough,
Yeah.
different type of tough. It was all a mental thing. And so it's just been interesting to see the development, having to have develop mental toughness. And so, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure. Mental toughness, definitely for the year of 2024 for Sally. I know it has been a lot just because of the new shift, the new change, being a stay at home mom to five kiddos and, going from the season of a colic baby to stay at home mom, just everything that comes with that new, transition. I know definitely can be, as well as homeschooling, because you did dive into homeschooling and you're doing homeschooling right now. So I know that definitely is a lot to take in, and I'm so proud of my big sister for, taking that next step and being bold and confident enough in her decision of, going away from like, what do you call it? Like the status quo, just being different and going to do homeschooling because we are first generation homeschoolers. We are still learning and we are so excited to just for what the journey, for what 2025 is going to bring because I'm telling you right now, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I can't contain it because I know it's just the Little Champs Academy is just gonna, oh my gosh, just thrive so well. I see so many things, so many, what's the word? Um, just equipping of our little champs, for their future and how to be great little human beings on this earth. So, yeah, so that's that. What about you, Anna? What about your year?
Thank you. I just want to take this moment, because we're talking about the year that just 2024,
Yes.
it's coming to an end. We're wrapping up. And with that, we take a deep breath.
Yes.
Just everyone that's listening right now, I want you to take a deep breath in and out. It has been a wonderful 2024. It has been a year of growth. It has been a year of new beginnings. It has been a year of closed chapters. It has been a year of changes, discoveries. And it really is a blessing to be here at the end of the year, to be able to look back, to be able to reflect, because they say hindsight is 2020. And when you take a look back and you see the things that have happened and the things that maybe you should have done or didn't do, or you're happy that you did do or didn't do, just having this time to be here and to look at all those things is a blessing in itself. Whether it went the way that you planned or did not, the fact that you are here and you are able to take an account of what happened, that's a blessing in itself. And so as we move into the new year, that is always such an exciting feeling, new beginnings, a
Yep.
new page, a new slate, a
Yep.
clean slate where you get to start again and you want to rebrand and you want to, maybe be more daring or try something new and go on uncharted waters. So it's always, when you think about a new year, it always brings so much hope,
Yeah.
right? For
Exactly.
for what's to come. Or sometimes, sometimes maybe you're scared, maybe you're anxious of
Yep.
what's to come. Maybe there are unanswered things up ahead, or there's things right now that you don't understand, and it's bringing you confusion, or undecidedness, and so the new year is making you
Oh yeah.
anxious. And so, that's just what we're here talking about today. And all those things, these are all, the same thing. Two things can be true. You can be excited for the new year and scared at the same time of saying goodbye to 2024
Yep.
and everything that you have learned in 2024. So, yes, for me, definitely this 2024 has been for me just a blessing in
Oh
many
yeah.
different ways. Even in the things
Sure.
that didn't go my way, um, God is and always will be and continues to be good, and He has been good and He continues to be good. and
That's right.
and yeah, so I'm just so grateful to
Exactly.
even be here to talk about
Oh
2025.
yeah.
What a
For
blessing that
sure.
is to go into a new year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Anna. Just looking back at 2024, definitely everything you said, the growth, discovery, that is that is just like the theme of the year, discovery, just discovering everything, that we've been doing. And not only that, discovery just in, because this year was the year that I welcomed my fifth child, my last child. And
Yeah.
just going through that whole, unmedicated and natural birth after a C-section, and just knowing what our bodies can do too, and having the support of my sister there as well, just helping alongside me, coaching me, and just everything. It's just been such a blessing. It really has been a blessing. 2024 has been really good, even with um, the abyss being there. But it has been a blessing indeed, as you said, Anna.
You keep saying abyss, abyss, abyss.
Sorry, like cry
So
into the abyss,
is this
scream into the abyss. On the
so?
that other episode with y'all in the car. No.
I literally don't know what you're talking about. And so you keep
Did y'all
saying,
not?
is this an inside joke between you and
Oh,
Sally?
right. Y'all said I just want to scream, and I was watching the episode like I was there. That's why. Hello. Yeah, that's why. That's why I keep saying it. And y'all are
No, no,
like,
no, yeah.
I was
So,
watching. I was like, when Sal was like, yeah, because I just want to scream, and I was like, ha, yeah, scream into the abyss. Yeah.
okay.
In there.
And that's the fun thing, is because we started this thing out,
Mm-hmm.
and this year was the full 2024 was the full year
Yeah.
of putting ourselves out there and having this platform. And so
Exactly.
2025 is only, as we move into 2025, and the improvements and the plans and the developing, all of those goals
Yeah.
that we have in mind, we get to execute that. And it's a blessing to be here
Mm-hmm.
in 2025 and to be able to say, yes, we are continuing
Exactly.
and we will do better. And I'm just
Yes.
happy to be able to say and do that.
Yeah.
But that is a question that I have is, as you go into 2025, as you go into this new year, this new chapter, this new slate, as you
Mm-hmm.
go into this year, what is something that you want to take with you that is going to help you
Yeah.
as you go into this new year? What is something that you want to take, that you want to change,
Mm-hmm.
a tool, a resource? What is that thing for you?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Anna. And as you're saying that, like I'm just picturing, like the finish line when you're running, there's the finish line, and on the backside it says 2024, then right across the finish line says 2025. So right before I take that step over to 2025, I would say the number one thing that I would take with me from this year to 2025 is do the hard things. I don't know if there's like a word exactly for that, but just to do the hard things, because doing the hard things, getting uncomfortable, stepping outside of your comfort zone is only gonna create growth. In all areas of your life, in all areas in your life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, just everything. Um, So definitely just do the hard things, the things that you don't want to do, the things that you keep putting in the back burner and you're saying you're going to get to it. And then another week goes by and then you're meeting up and then you're saying you're going to get to it. Then another week goes by, it's just do it, And one thing that I have seen from doing the hard things, is that, it just makes me a better person, overall. And I'm more able to serve whenever I'm doing what God has gifted me and, to do. So definitely would say to do the hard things.
Yeah. Yeah, because nothing worth it ever comes easy.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
you
And
got
being happy with doing the hard things.
exactly being happy and being excited
Exactly.
and feeling blessed when you
Yes.
have that challenge.
You want to
because-
do it.
Exactly. And so just like you said, doing the hard things, because only in those times do you build the character, you
Yep.
build the strength, you build the
Mhm.
resilience after you have come through on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
side of a hard situation,
Yes.
or maybe building a habit that's hard for you to
Exactly.
build, that you need in order to
Yep.
succeed,
Mhm.
in order to get to your goal. You got to do the hard things.
Yeah.
And there is, that quote that says, with great power
Yes.
comes great responsibility. And so what we
Yep.
say instead is we flip it and
Yeah.
we say, with great responsibility comes great power, because
Yeah.
that is how you build that power. That's how you
Exactly.
build the strength that
Yeah.
you need, is by not only taking but owning the responsibilities that you
Exactly.
have,
Yeah.
whether that's your responsibility as a mother, as a
Mhm.
wife, as a daughter, as the spiritual leader in
Yes,
your,
your family, the
exactly,
church leader,
in your ministry, and
yeah.
whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, and taking accountability and taking responsibility.
Yes.
That's when, with that,
Oh, yeah.
that's when great power comes.
Yes, for sure.
And it comes with in the way that you handle those
Mm-hmm.
responsibilities. And so, yeah, I love that. So, moving into 2025, the thing that you're going to take with
Yep.
you is
Yep.
the desire
Yes.
to do the hard things, and the
Yep.
will and the commitment
Exactly.
to do the hard thing.
I'm taking my tool bag with my hammer,
Exactly.
my jigsaw,
Exactly.
everything in there, my
Right.
screws,
Right.
my nails.
Yeah.
I'm taking that so I can do the hard things in
Yeah,
2025.
right.
So
Exactly.
2025,
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
And take your
Okay?
hard hat too, because
Okay, I'm gonna need that too. So.
right. Because it's kind of like, if you're the game that they play, what is it called? Desert? No, not Desert Island. What is it? Those games that people play? It's like, if you were stuck on a deserted island,
yes.
what is the one thing that you would take?
Yeah.
Kindle, or like a lighter, like
Food,
what?
yeah.
What is the one thing
Exactly.
that you are going to take with you into this year that is going to keep you on the path that you are set for? And so for you, it's to do the hard things, to not shy away from them, to not
Yep.
turn around, to not quit,
Exactly.
to not sit down and give up.
Yep.
It's, let me do this hard thing,
Exactly.
and let me get through to the other side and do the next hard
Ding,
thing
ding, ding.
until I get to where I'm going. And so
Next round. That's right.
exactly. Yeah. So Sally, I'm going to direct this question to you now. Is, what is the one thing that, if you could choose, what is the one thing that you would take with you in your tool belt as you go into 2025, into this new year? What are you taking with you?
I know yesterday when we talked about our topic for today, I did say time management. But after reflecting on that question for a while last night, I think it's going to have to be perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a lot of things, but I think the number one thing is just persevering through. Just, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit on perseverance? What is perseverance? What is the definition of perseverance? What does it mean to you? What does that look like? And that's something that you're saying that you want to take with you, even if it's not from your own examples. But how should that look like to you as you go into this year?
Just continuing to push through, whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I can't record. You guys,
No,
should
you
record
can.
this episode.
You can record. You can record.
Yeah.
You're you're
Not like this.
No, you
Not
can
like
record.
this.
Because you know why you can record is because there's people that's watching us. There's people that's watching us that may not participate, but they're watching, they're listening. You may not know who they are. You may not know They may not even follow us on social media or whatever, but they are there. And this is not for today. This is for tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and those that discover us later. And it's not because we have, look at us, it's because you have a message and somebody out there needs to hear it. And whatever it is that you're feeling and that you're going through, you have decided that perseverance is the thing that you need to get through this year, so that you are not in this, whatever it is that you're feeling today, that when we sit at the end of 2025 and talk, that you have a different perspective and you're talking from an experience that you have just went through, and you are now on the other side of that. So speak to the listener, speak to the person right now who needs to hear what you have to say. Right now, you're looking at it and maybe you're feeling hopeless. Maybe you're feeling like, man, I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to do. I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm down on my luck. I feel like everyone else is better off than me. I feel like if that I only bring chaos or bring all these other negative things, and that it would be better without me dragging people down. Talk to that person. Talk to that person and tell them what a lie from the devil that is. Talk to that person and tell them exactly what it is that you know to be true. Whether you believe it right now in this moment or not, but you know it to be true, talk to that person. What do you really want to take with you? When you're going through 2025 and you have the feelings that you're feeling right now, and you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling less than, you're feeling like the least of these, talk to that girl. Talk to her right now. Maybe she's a young mama watching. Maybe she's just had her first baby and she's feeling all these heavy feelings and she doesn't know how to navigate them. Talk to the young listener who maybe isn't even a mom, and she's looking and seeing, is this what the future is? What is that? And when I get there, what am I going to do about it? Talk to that person. Talk to the sisters that are listening, and 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 knowing and wondering, can I bring this subject up to my sisters? Like, can I tell them that I feel like this? Is that a safe space that I should explore? Is that something for me? Or even those who don't have siblings and they're listening, talk to them. And we call ourselves a virtual sisterhood, that we want to be there for those that are watching, to create a community of sisterhood with everybody. Talk to them and tell them what it is that you're going to take with you today, that you know when you're like feeling like this, that it's going to bring you the comfort, the confidence, and the encouragement to continue to the next day, to continue putting one foot in front of the other. Talk to them like that. That's what this is about. That's why you created this. That's why you wanted to do a podcast. This is the moment that when you brought it up together, this is the moment in your subconscious that made this thing worth creating a platform for. So you do that. Talk to that person. What is it that you want to take with you this year? What is something that Sally needs to hear? Talk to yourself in 2024. Talk to Sally at the beginning of 2024 and say, Sally, this is what you're going to take with you, because hindsight is 2020. Now looking back and seeing everything that has gone through. This is just like the story, and I'm just going to say this really quick. But this is just like, when Moses was told to take a person from every tribe. There was 12 tribes. This is when they were in the desert, when they were making their way to the promised land, and God and the 12 spies were sent out to the promised land, to Canaan, to go and survey the land and to go and take a look and go and see what's over there. Go check the land. Is it fertile? Go see what's over there for us and bring back a report of what is over there. And the 12 spies went. And when they went, they saw that it was rich in the vegetation, rich in vegetation, that the grapes were so big that two people had to carry them out of there to bring it back to them. The two people had to carry the grapes on a stick in between them so they could bring it back. I mean, that's how rich and lush and that the vegetation was. But there was a problem, because when they came back, they said, no, but These people that live there, they're powerful. They live in fortified homes. Their buildings are so strong, and they're giants. We look like crickets to them. I mean, no, yeah, we look like crickets, like grasshoppers. We look like grasshoppers to these men, to these people. And Caleb, who was strengthened by the Lord and who had courage and confidence in what the Lord had promised them, told him, stop that talking right now. Let's go and claim what's ours. Let's go and take what's ours. The Lord has promised it to us. But the people there were so scared of what they had seen, and they went and spread it throughout the camps, spread it throughout their tribes, spread it through everybody, saying like, no, we shouldn't go, and inciting fear through the people, inciting fear. And this was the land that God had given them. This was the land promised to them by God. And even though they had been through miracles, even though there was manna raining down from heaven, every need was met. Everything was provided for them. The Red Sea, just all the things that they have already witnessed, they still had unbelief. They still did not believe. That fear that was brought to them, the report that was brought to them by the 12 spies, made them so scared. And for those of you to know, yes, they wandered the desert for 40 years, and we'll save that for another time. But what I'm saying is, here you are. Here is Sally 2025. And Sally 2024 has come back to you with the report, hey girl, this is what's going on. There's giants over there. I'm just telling you because I already lived a whole year. You're about to go into your new year. There's giants over there. We look like crickets. When you look at the giants and the mountains and the monsters that are facing you, you are nothing but a cricket. There's nothing over there. Those people are powerful. Those buildings, they're fortified. Those buildings are protected. Like, here you are going into this year, and you're looking back and you see everything that has already happened in 2024. What is it that you are now taking with you? What is the one thing that you can take with you? The one truth, these truths that you take with you as you go into 2025. When you think about that, and I'm talking to the listeners too, as you're thinking about that, what is something that you are going to take with you, that you're going to set your course? This is the destination for me, and this is the one thing I'm taking with me, and it's the one thing that's going to motivate me, push me on days like this.
Perseverance, for sure. Just persevering no matter what, holding strong, standing on the firm foundation, taking God at His word, believing in His promises over my life.
Exactly.
But persevering, because the reason why I chose that word is because despite the way that I'm feeling right now, despite
Period.
these heavy, deep emotions, which I don't even know where they come from, but despite all of that, I know that the feelings are just temporary. The feelings are not, they come and go, like, that's not something I can hold on to forever, but I can hold on to God's promises, the promises that He has over my life, the plans that He has for my life, the will, and just knowing the truth that I am here for a reason, and that the Lord has a purpose and a plan, and that He's able to turn the most messiest things, or the, ashes into beauty. He can continue to mold me, and just just persevering through everything, just continuing to, when those thoughts come, just getting back up again. Getting back up again. One of the verses that I think look back on is in Philippians chapter 4, where it talks about, thinking on, focusing on what's pure, like what's good, like what's true. So even though my feelings, they come and they come with these gray clouds, I can trust that the Lord is good and that He's working, even when I don't feel it. That He is always able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than I could ever ask or even
Think,
imagine.
imagine. Exactly.
And so,
Yeah. And that's true. And all of that right there is truth. And so as you go into this year, and like you said, those feelings,
uh-huh.
the heaviness that overcomes you and overwhelms you. And, you know, just like Peter, you got to shift your focus off of the the dark, as you call it, gray clouds
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah, because that's what
continue.
the enemy
Yes.
whispers, into you, all these negative things about yourself,
Right.
all these lies
Mm-hmm.
that for some reason you're
Mm-hmm.
allowing to accept
Exactly.
when it's not even true.
Right. And that's exactly it, because you're like, we know the mind is the battlefield. And as those thoughts creep up, that's why in the word of God it says to take every thought captive. Take it, choke it, throw it out of there, cut it at its root, and plant new thoughts. Plant new read as Let the word fill you up. Let it fill you up with God's presence. God, just allow it to take root in your heart, in your mind, in your body, in your soul. And that's why it's so important to memorize scripture, because these are the things that jump to the forefront. That's your weapons in this
Yep.
battle,
Yep.
and
And
that's how
it's so
you.
true because there are times where I have those thoughts of I don't even know if this is even gonna go up.
No, it's gonna go up, because people need to hear it, because that is the reason that we have this platform, and that is something that you yourself, as we go into 2025, for your reflection, and for you to understand and know how good God is. These are the things that are recorded. I'm not talking about camera recorded. I'm talking about recorded in your life. These are the things that is important for you to see, for us to us all.
God's words continue to pierce through those ugly thoughts, the ugly lies that the enemy tries to bring up um, at that very moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's God's words that continue to show up
Mm-hmm.
in a big way,
Mm-hmm.
like a bright light.
Exactly.
And that's what I continue to hold on to. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I chose perseverance,
Yeah.
because I know that this is only temporary. All of the ways that my mind is just allowing those negative thoughts to take up space, when I myself know those things are not true,
Mm-hmm.
when I myself know that God doesn't make any mistakes in his creations,
Mm-hmm.
and in the way that he creates us, in the way that he has already made a way for us to be with him forever. Those are the things that continue to come up to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I chose perseverance, because at the end of the day, this is only temporary.
Yes.
It's not going to last forever. Um, that's all I have to say.
Yes. Perseverance definitely is something that is lived out. It's something that you go through, that you hold steadfast, and you get through it. That's the literally the act of persevering through it. If you were to turn around and retreat, that wouldn't be considered persevering. So I do see that perseverance is something that, I see why you chose that, and you have persevered thus far. I mean, that's something that, you know, you're battling that, and you're persevering. And the fact that you are choosing to do that as you continue into 2025, to persevere, um, that is a truth that you're speaking out loud, and you claim that. When you say it, you claim that. And so that's why I wanted you to really go. It's a hard conversation, and that's
It
why.
is because you don't want to admit it,
Exactly, and
and
you don't want to look
you don't
weak
want anyone to say,
to
you don't want
or
anyone to
make.
pity you,
Yeah,
or
right.
make whatever.
Yes, but this is real life, and that's the stigma around that being a weak thing. It's not. It actually very strong thing to realize what you're going through, and to speak it out loud, and to claim the truth over you, and to claim God's uh purpose over you, and to claim deliverance, and to claim, like you said, perseverance. That's exactly what you're doing as you move forward. And I want you to speak that out loud as many times as you can. And that's not something that you say quietly. I want you to speak that and claim it over yourself. Perseverance. I will persevere through this. Exactly. This too shall pass. Yeah. I will make it to the other side. God is good. And all the truths that we have been learning all our lives, yeah, since we were kids, just all of those things, to let that strengthen you as you continue to take each day by day. And so that's what we were talking about in the beginning, when we said that a new year, bringing that hope, and it just makes you feel excited for new beginnings. But sometimes maybe some of you may be looking at it with anxiousness, or feelings that you can't put words to, and undecidedness, or confusion, but I just want you to be encouraged. Be encouraged about the reason that you are here today, the reason that you even exist. And that just goes into what I'm taking with me as I go into 2025, which is literally that confidence, that unshakable confidence that I'm taking with me into 2025, is the fact that I was created for a time such as this. And I was created with divine purpose and design, unique design. And when I say I'm speaking about all of us. I'm speaking about you as a listener. I'm speaking about Sally, who is choosing to persevere, and choosing and questioning maybe sometimes her purpose. And that is exactly what I'm taking with me this year into 2025, because when you set the course and you know your destination, and you know that I literally was designed for this. I was built for this. I was created for this. No matter what comes my way, no matter if a plan doesn't go the way that I planned it, or this thing completely took me off the path that I was going through, all those things, and it says in the Bible, all those things, because God works all things together for the good of those who love him. He works all things together for my good. And with the unshakable confidence and that steadfast understanding and knowledge that I know of how God has created us, created me, nobody can take that from me. And as I go into 25, see, because the thing is, the world cannot take something that it never gave to me. The world never gave this to me, this purpose. The president didn't give it to me. My parents didn't give it to me. I didn't even give it to me. My purpose was a God-given purpose in this world. And so as I go into every single day, I live according to that. And I live with the confidence and the power and the strength, knowing that it doesn't matter what's going to happen. The Lord's will stand. His will, God's purpose, God's design, God's plan, it will stand. That just reminds me of, Esther, the story of Esther and Mordecai. When when he was telling her, we need you, God put you in this place as queen so that you can go and you can advocate for your people. And you know what he told Esther? He said, don't think that if you won't do it, don't think that that's the end. Don't think God won't go and raise somebody up to come and do this, because God's purpose still stands. If not through you, it will come, maybe through the donkey that starts to speak. So maybe through the rocks that cry out, but God's purpose still stands. And so let it be through you. Let it be through me, Lord. Don't bring the donkey around. Let it be through me. Let me fulfill that purpose. And so that is the confidence that I'm taking with me in 2025, because that's the same, the people that we were talking about in the beginning, the Israelites, when they were in the wilderness roaming around, God gave them that land. He gave it to them. It was already signed, sealed, delivered. The deed was in their name. Okay? Didn't need no realtor to close that. God gave it to them. And so that's the same thing here with your purpose. God himself gave this purpose to you. There was a need that only you could fulfill, and so you were created to fulfill it.
And
You know,
that's the thing that should bring about boldness
oh yeah.
within yourself.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
Dad sharing, I don't know if you were there on Wednesday night, this past Wednesday night,
I don't remember, but go ahead.
but Dad shared something about,
Oh yes, I
back
was.
in the days,
Yeah.
someone would tell this what was it? Like this man that he's so great, and then he'll go around conquering all these cities, and it's just another man, just a mere man telling him that he has everything that
Right.
he
Oh,
needs.
okay. I
But
remember what
for
you're talking
God
about.
to come and tell us, and we're just walking around like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I
wow,
have this
conviction.
purpose. I have this purpose, and I'm gonna waste time, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna doubt,
Yeah.
and I'm right.
And I'm gonna cry my eyeballs out. Yeah.
Something that I love is when Moses, when he, in the burning bush, when God told him, like,
Mhm.
hey, this is what you're gonna do, guy. You're gonna go
Yeah.
set my people free. But you know, God had come to Moses and gave him these instructions, and I remember Moses was like, what am I gonna say? I don't like me. God, are you sure
Yeah,
you want
like, I'm
me?
not good with my words.
And God said, who made your mouth? Who gave you your mouth?
Yeah.
Imagine that. I literally created you. I put your mouth on your face, the one you're using right now to doubt everything I'm telling you. And God said, who made your mouth? There's just so many things, in scripture that come up again and
Yep.
again and again. And one of the things that because I could go, let me not. But there, that verse that says that you were knit together in your mother's womb, and it says that you, us, we, Sally, are fearfully and wonderfully made. And you think about that, for when you read that verse, you're like, fearfully, and what, like, how do you create someone fearfully? And it was something that came up before that we talked about. And when you're making something, and you're making something that's so important, right? For example, when Kim bakes pies, and she sells pies, and when the community comes to pick up their pies, and Kim is so careful with her every measurement, even to the point where she says, I need to get a scale so I can weigh, I can weigh the flour and make sure that the consistency is the same throughout, so that all my sales, I'm giving the great best quality that I can give. And Kim needs to make sure, no, I don't want that kind of brand of coconut milk. I need to use this. No, I don't want that butter. I need to use this butter. And when she's creating it, she's making sure that her space is clear and clean, and she has the tools that she needs, and that she has the correct measurement down to a science, okay? And she's, kneading it this way, and it cannot be kneaded that way, and just putting it together. And another example is, as you know or may not know, but working with my father, there's a lot of projects that we're working on, and a lot of times the projects, they are, it's really important to make sure that you are measuring everything, that you are taking into account, how far is this deck from the electric line? How far are we going to dig down? Is that a pipe down there? Is that, and so everything that we're doing is so carefully done, meticulously done. And so when you think about that verse, fearfully and wonderfully made, and how important and how valuable and special, imagine, we are created in his image out of all the things that God has created. And so when he put you together, when he was making Sally and knitting you together in your mother's womb, and he was like carefully constructing and building you up with your purpose and the design and everything, careful not to put too much of this, not to include that, not to make sure that everything was as it should be completed, that he created a whole, just like a manufacturer created a whole product, complete in all that you are, not making a mistake, fearfully putting you together, carefully, meticulously putting you together, sensitively, just making sure that you were created in the way that you were purposed to be. That's what it is. You were fearfully and wonderfully made for a time such as this, with a unique and divine purpose, and you were created whole. You were created
Everything's already
complete.
there.
Everything's
Yes.
there.
And it's not just talking about, you got your hands, feet.
No, yeah, we're not talking like not physically.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Not physically
right, but
complete,
just
like
who you are,
Mhm.
the
As
who you
that
are as a
being.
person, as a being. You were created complete. So within you are the tools,
Yep.
resources, the know-how, just all of those
Yep.
things to do what you were already created to do. This is not like the toy you buy from the store that doesn't include batteries. You were created
Mhm.
in all that you needed to be to walk into your purpose that God has created you for. Of course, you got to connect to the source.
I was just about to say,
You got to
yeah.
make sure you're plugged
Yeah.
into the
Uh-huh.
source.
So if something's not working right, you
Yeah.
got to go to the source.
You might not be
Manufacturer.
plugged in. You might need to, yeah. And so, but that's just the thing is that as you walk into this new year, walk with that confidence. And if you don't know, discover it. Discover your purpose, your potential. And it's just so amazing. So amazing to know that this thing, like I said, the world didn't give it to me. The world cannot take it away. It's God given. So, like Kim said, do the hard thing. Don't run away from it. Don't shy. Embrace it. Embrace the responsibility. Embrace the hard work. Embrace what you have to do within yourself. Like Sally. Like Sally said, she needs to speak out loud and to allow God's word to saturate her heart, her mind, her body, her soul, and to completely take over anything else, any lie that the devil has given her, any lie that comes into her mind that she may not even entertain it, that she continue to speak truth over herself and persevere through all of that. I mean, that's just so important for us all.
Yep.
And listening to what they're taking, that also helps me to put together with what I'm taking into 2025. So that's something that we want to ask you guys. As you guys go into 2025, what are you taking with you? What is the one thing that you know that when something comes and tries to derail you off of your purpose, what is the one thing that you're taking with you that's going to say, okay, Anna, you got this. Get back on. You know who you are. You know where you're going. You know what you need to do. Lock in. What is that thing that you're taking with you? Because you don't know who needs to hear it. And you might have something that someone needs to take.
Yeah.
So share it, please. I encourage you, share it. Comment down below. Write us and let us know what it is that you're taking with you. Because maybe I need to put that tool in my bag. Okay? So really, I really appreciate whenever somebody shares something, whether you think it's important or not, because you'll be surprised how many times a little word of encouragement or insight or different point of view help to give a fuller picture to someone else, and or complete the picture that someone else is already thinking about. So yeah, what is it that you want to take with you into 2025? But yes, just want to say thank you to my sisters, to Kim, to Sally, for always getting together, always sharing your honest thoughts, whether it's hard, because we appreciate all who share their thoughts with us. And so, you got to lead by example and share also
Vulnerable.
be
Yeah.
vulnerable and be open, and for the encouragement, for the betterment, for the empowerment of all of us here as a community, all of us, our listeners. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to 2025.
Me too.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Haven't done that marathon, but just
Yeah.
been trying to persevere.
Exactly. And that's the thing
But
is you're
we're
already
still-
running a marathon of perseverance. And that's the different you didn't know which marathon you were signing up for. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
Set myself up for that at the
Right.
beginning of 2024.
And so the marathon of perseverance is continuing to 2025. And the greatest thing
Yes.
about being here and being alive is that you have time right now. You have the opportunity right now to do the thing that you said you want to do, to start that business, start that habit.
Hey, speaking of habit,
Yeah.
there was that one post that I saw the other day. It said,
Share it with us.
I forgot what it was something about.
Okay, so
Yes. go
so
ahead.
it's so funny because Sally shared it with us.
Yes, and
And this is, we want to share with you guys because it's so true. It's so funny, but also so true. And that is, if you don't change your habits, you won't have a new year. You just have another year.
Oh.
which is so
very
true. There's
Right.
It's very true.
nothing.
It's just another
Nothing is going to
year.
be new.
It's just another year.
Right.
So, what habits are you going to
Exactly.
change, and what are you going to take into 2025?
And remember, hey, maybe you had a good year and you want to repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, continue. But
Yeah.
if you're looking for change and if you want to do better, if you want to do more,
Exactly.
let's implement those new habits.
Yes.
And let's not be the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome.
Different result.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
You have the capability of changing your own
Yeah,
path.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's
here we go.
right. So hold on. Let's hold on. Hold on. We're going. So
Going somewhere.
Right. 2025 is, I wish everyone a great 2025. I hope that all of you that are watching us, that continue to go with us into this new year. And thank you for walking alongside us in 2024 and supporting us and everything that has happened. Just thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of our listeners, viewers, supporters.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the encouragement.
So much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the encouragement, really. And so, yeah. And with that,
Ending 2024, entering 2025.
okay.
That was that
I thought
TikTok
it
thing.
said- that's what I was trying to say.
It was.
Okay, let's
It
do
was.
that part again. I'm gonna say, and with that, like some.
Okay.
Wait, how does it go again? And with that, the 2024 year has come to an end.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that,
The 2024 has finally come to an end. 2024 year
not
has
the, not the,
The
2024 or like the year
Yeah.
2020. Just make it make sense.
2024 has
Okay.
come to an end. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready? And with that,
2024 has come to an end.
Happy New Year's! We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your
Yes.
support.
Thank
We're
you,
so
guys.
looking forward to this year. We're looking forward to everything that is to come. We hope you guys have a happy new year. We'll
Yes.
catch you on another episode of What Anna Said Podcast.
Bye.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We about to find out in 2026.
Yeah, we're about to see. We're about to see. I was literally thinking of because last time we did that, and we just want to say Happy New Year, and we did that too.
Thank you for tuning in to What Anna Said podcast. Bye.